Hi, my name is Syed Mohammad Fahad Zahid, and I'm a junior data scientist at Royal Cyber. Today, we've heard all about Gemini, Stability AI, and all these generative AI applications. But today, I'm going to talk about where it all started. ChatGPT. At this point, ChatGPT may not really need an introduction. If you've used it, you've probably seen that it can often answer questions about code snippets, help summarize documents, and list goes on. Now it has plenty of limitation and is very capable of making mistakes, but it represents just how far language modeling has come these past few years. In this video, we'll specifically cover the training objectives used to develop ChatGPT. The approach follows a similar methodology to Instruct GPT, which was released a year prior. That model was specifically geared towards instruction following. The user provides a single request, and the model outputs a response. ChatGPT extends this to more interactive dialogues with back and forth messages where the model can retain and use context from earlier in an exchange. There are three main stages to this training recipe of success, which is supervised fine tuning, training of a reward model, and finally, proximal policy optimization. So let's get started. So, step one, the supervised fine tuned model. In the first step, a pre trained GPT-3 model is used and it will be fine tuned with the help of human labelers by creating a supervised dataset. Input queries were collected from the actual user entries, and the model generated different responses with respect to that input prompt. The labelers then wrote an appropriate response to the input prompts, how they wanted to see that prompt to be answered. The GPT-3 model was then fine tuned using this new supervised dataset to create GPT 3.5 model. Second step, the training of reward model. In this step, the supervised fine-tune model is used and different input prompts queries are fed to the fine-tune model and different responses are generated. 4 to 7 responses are generated for each input prompt. Then labelers determine a reward for each of these outcomes, and this reward is proportional to the quality of response with respect to the initial prompt. Finally, the third step that created the real difference in the generative AI space, optimization of the policy against reward model using proximal policy optimization, which is a reinforcement algorithm. In this step, we pass unseen input sequences to the supervised fine-tune model that we got in step one. The model will generate response with respect to the input prompt. The PPO model is initialized from the supervised policy. We pass this response to our reward model, which we got in step two, to understand how high quality was this response for that input prompt, and the output reward will be used to fine-tune the parameters of our supervised fine-tune model and update the policy. This is how our supervised fine-tune model will incorporate more human-like behavior. So we are at the last step of our journey, the outcomes achieved through proximal policy optimization. As we have all seen, more models have emerged like Bloomberg GPT, FinGPT, Llama V2, and multimodal models that all are trying to that have used similar training process to achieve more human-like language patterns and behavior, enhanced adaptability to diverse input prompts, and lastly, improve stability in language generation, reducing undesirable fluctuations. So this is the end of our journey, as we have seen that ChatGPT has changed the AI space forever. If you want to see more content related to generative AI, you can contact us at info@royalcyber.com. Thank you.